Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're going to be working on this 2014 Ford E450 that, as you can see, somebody attempted to break the lock, get in here, and they broke the ignition. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to replace this ignition cylinder today, and coding a new one to match the original key of this truck. Okay, here's the parts that I'm using. This is the brand new ignition, uncoated, which means we got all these little wafers in here to build it up. Same thing with the door lock, uncoated. Here's our original key, and I went and pretty much decoded the key. As you can see, those deepest cuts are the 5.5, then 4.2. One is pretty much you're not taking anything off the top. You can kind of see how this matches these numbers. There you go, got the camera to focus. Alright, first step we want to do is want to put this ignition in accessory mode. Okay, and then once you do that, you want to take pretty much like a pick or something, and there's a hole in here at the bottom that you could just push on the to release the ignition cylinder. Okay, so I'm gonna do what the thieves did, pretty much take a vice grip and turn it in accessory mode. If I can get this to doing this one-handed is it's not easy. So it was a little bit of a struggle. I had to take the plastic cover, the shroud off. Gave me a little bit more access to the actual ignition. Some good vice grips. I was able to get it in accessory mode. And now all we need to do is pretty much just push this little button right here. And that should release it. I gotta use two hands for this, guys. This is the old ignition. Got the truck running. Let me turn on the AC. It's hot in here. Okay, so now we want to pretty much code the new ignition to match the original key for this truck. Let's take out the package, open it up. So here what comes in it, those are obviously numbered. These are the wafers. Okay, we got a couple of springs, which we need. More of these wafers. We got some grease, and those are very important. All right, we'll start by taking it apart. First thing you want to do, you want to remove this orange plastic. It's held in by a little tab over here. Just lift it up with the pick. This should come off. Okay. And then we want to take the core out. And this is where this paper comes in handy, as you guys can see. I got the numbers here. Now there is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's only 7 cuts in the ignition. We have 8 total, and there's only 6 in the door. Okay, but we're gonna be pretty much skipping the first one in the ignition and start filling it up. So it's very simple to do. Just match the numbers. I'm gonna start from the back, walk my way to the front. So we're gonna start with number 2. It's just much easier to do that way. Here's number 2, and we're only gonna be using it twice, so I only need 2 of these. The rest can go back in the bag. Now before you install these, you want to drop in your springs. So the springs are found right here. Alright, let's open this up. Leave a magnet for this, or just tiny springs you don't want to drop or lose. So it's good to have a magnet on hand. It just keeps it in place. So as you can see, these cuts, this side where the hole is actually where you drop your springs. Okay, and on the other side will be these 3. Okay, I don't know if the camera can get this, but so we're gonna drop the first spring in here, just like that, and we're gonna drop number 2 wafers, and as you can see, it sits flush once the key is in place, and once the key is removed, obviously it sticks out just like that. So we know we got the right number. Now if you don't have these numbers, what you could do is pretty much just try them out. You can take a look at your key. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna put it this way, and the deepest cuts are the higher the number is. So this is a 5, that's a 5. You can tell that's a 4, and this one's slightly shaved. That's where our 2 comes in. So you can kind of, hopefully this helps you out to guess your cuts if you don't have this already. So we're gonna find the number 4. There's a number 4. We need 2 of those as well. And then let's get our spring, and now it drops from the other side. There you go. We just dropped the spring. Remove the key. And boom, it's flush again. So that's a good sign. So let's find the number 5. We're gonna need 2 of those. They'll give you extra in the bag, so don't worry if you drop one. Now let's get more springs out of this bag. And as you can see, in case if you took it off the bag, I'm sorry, I can't get this to focus, but the number is actually stamped on this little wafer. So in most cases it is. So that's a 5 there. Okay, 5, 5, so we need 3, 4, 2. So let's find the number 3. like to put the key back in place every time. It just keeps him in place. That way, if you shake it around, it's not, these things not gonna just pop out. I already have a 4 from before, so. There are usually 1 or 2 more extra springs in the bag, just in case if you lose it, or if you lose one. Now what I like to do, I like to get the grease bag that came in the kit. And let's see, get this open. And just apply it to both sides. Something else I like to do is pretty much put it on the key itself. And that way run it a few times. Just make sure it's well lubricated. Now we can take this and put it in here. It's not done yet, so we need to get the plastic piece. Where is it at? Right here. This bag. This thing here sits in here like so. Okay, now onto this here. I'm gonna show you how this works. So we have this piece here that pushes down on a ball, and this ball is pushing down on a spring. I found that it makes it a little bit easier if you apply some grease to it. It kind of, the ball want to stick to the spring, which is what you need, because the ball sits on top of the spring. I'll show you how to do that. There is the hole. Drop the spring, and then you want to drop the ball, and then you want to put this thing, which is pushes down on both of those. And this is pretty much the release button that we were trying to press down earlier to take the ignition, the old ignition out. It's kind of hard to line up the ball on top of the spring. Just keeps wanting to come off. Once you push it down, you want to make sure it's actually on top of the spring. It's not. This is the trickiest part about this whole procedure. is trying to get this ball on top of the spring and then push it down. Okay, so I just got it pushed down. Now you want to twist this counterclockwise, and that's it. It locks it in place. So this ignition should be ready to go back in the truck. Okay. Now the last thing we want to do, I want to take this one here and pretty much slide it in place. I'm trying to do this one-handed. There you go. Make sure the key's in accessory mode. I'm sorry. Okay. There we go. Ignition is done. Now we can put everything back together over here for the steering cover, and that one should be good to go. And next I gotta do the door lock. Okay, here's the part number. Same concept, a little bit easier. You don't have that ball or the spring here.